Hey guys, so the video I wanted to have done for today didn't quite work out. I was working on it for like an hour and a half and then I had to scrap it. So instead I'm just going to finish up the best products from 2014 with some of the eye products that I loved throughout all of last year. And at least that means that we can move on forward now and concentrate on 2015. So I'll start off with eyeshadows. So there was a lot of palettes that I really loved this year. And I'm going to start off with the really inexpensive, or last year rather, so I'm going to start off with the really inexpensive palettes, and these were these guys from Essence, and like they were only about €3, maybe €4 per palette, and it was the All About Eyes palettes, or the All About palettes, and they came out with 4. So this was the All About Candies one, this was the All About Sunrise one, and the texture of these is literally like butter. Like they were so soft and creamy like, or cream-like. And I was so impressed with them, particularly for the price and the quality. This was the All About Paradise one, which is a really kind of festival inspired one. And then this one, which I probably got the most use out of, was the All About Nude. So that's the name on the outside and that's what they look like. So like I said, they were just so lovely and creamy. I'll give you an idea by swatching here. Oh, that show up, but some of them which were more matte, like this one, you know, were a little bit drier, and then some of them, like this pink guy here, went on literally like butter. So really impressed with those. 2014 was also the year of Zoeva for me, and they came out with a couple of their palettes. So this is one of the palettes that they came out with, and this was the Retro Future palette. So just really gorgeous colours. There was 10 colours per palette, and again extremely high quality and buttery, particularly for the price. And this is the Mixed Metals one that came out there before Christmas, but really lovely palettes. I think with the Storybook ones there was like 4, and then there was maybe 2 of the Mixed Metal ones. I'm not sure, there's a good few available on the site now at the moment anyhow, but lovely palettes. And again, I think when Zoeva do something or bring out their own kind of branded products, they do it well. They seem to just make sure that whatever they bring out is worth it and really good quality. So definitely highly rate those. Another lovely palette that came out, and there was a few of them in the range. This is the one I picked up, which again was lovely and inexpensive. It was one of the Love in Paris palettes by Nick, and this by Nick, and this was the Parisian Chic one. So again, just a lovely neutral palette. I've used all of these in videos in the past, so you can see them in action, but really lovely palette, and again, not that expensive. And then individual eyeshadows, which kind of, you know, they're in a palette, but these are like a freedom system where you pick whatever ones you want, was the Coastal Scents. And of course I love my MAC and my Inglot, who both do kind of a freedom system. Inglot's is actually called the freedom system. But the Coastal Scents Hot Pots really surprised me in how amazing the quality of them was, yeah. And you can see these all in action in videos that I posted there before Christmas. So if you're interested, just search for the Hot Pots on my channel. They're about $2 per eyeshadow, and the eyeshadows are the same size as the MAC ones. So it's like $1.95 or something like that. And the colour payoff and the quality is amazing. So this is Tangelo Tint, and you can see there it goes on so strong. So like these are about $1.50 I think in Irish pounds. It's mind-bogglingly cheap, if you know what I mean, but the quality is really good. And I definitely plan on getting more of these in the future. Really was very impressed by those. The only thing is that the shipping is a little bit much, but because the products themselves are so inexpensive, it balances out. And then I'll finish off with my favourite highlights throughout the year. So my highlight for under my brow bone, and this is one of the Catrice Matte Velvets, or Velvet Matte eyeshadows that came out through the year. And these were really, again, a lovely velvety, buttery, like such a soft texture, really unique texture, so you can see how strong that comes out. And there was a few colours of these that came out, but this was really the standout one for me. Really gorgeous highlight. It's just one of the smoothest mattes that there are out there, and the colour is beautiful. You know, it's like that off-white that is really good for pale skin. And then this e.l.f. Baked highlighter, which I got when I was in the US in February. This is just such a lovely, lovely highlight, but I did end up using it an awful lot on my eyes and my my eye highlight, because I actually have this today in the centre of my eyeball and there on the inner corner. So this was another standout product for me, and of course e.l.f. is super inexpensive. So now I'm going to move on to the brows, and I have to say this would be the pencil that I used most throughout the year. I have a smaller nub of it here somewhere because I have about 4 of them on the go, but this is the proper version, and it's the Eyebrow Stylist by Catrice. This is Brown Eyed Peas. There is a slightly lighter one as well that I would use depending on how dark my hair colour is at any time. Basically it's just a plain old brown eyeliner, brow liner rather, and you have spoolie on the other side, but for the price it's just so good. And it's just, like I said, one that I would constantly reach for, and it gives my brows the perfect amount of pigment. It's a little bit waxy, so there's a bit of a hold to it, and really, really lovely pencils. And then as far as gel goes, it was definitely my MAC ProlongWear Waterproof Brow Set. There was a few gels that I really liked throughout the year, but this was the standout one. It's what I have in my brows today, and the colour is just bang on, really lasts. It totally sets the brows, because there are some gels out there that don't tend to like set them too well, whereas this one really, really does, and the colour for me was perfect with this one. So that's quite brunette. Loads of colours in the range though, so that's really, really good. And okay, I should have done this first maybe, but as far as eye bases go, I would say that my 2 most used ones for the year last year would have been Soft Ochre by MAC, which is this kind of light yellowy beige colour, and focus, there we go. So it's that gorgeous yellow base that is perfect for counteracting redness on the lid, so it's lovely to wear by itself. This well overtook Painterly for me, because I found Painterly was just a little bit too pink on my own skin tone, and I thought this then was absolutely perfect because I could wear it by itself and there wasn't a huge contrast between the rest of my skin and it. And then this is actually a concealer, and this did feature in my favourite like base concealer foundations for last year, but it's the ProlongWear Concealer by MAC. And this is a film forming concealer, so it stays a little bit tacky, but it does actually set on the skin, and for that reason it's amazing as a base, an eyeshadow base. I would say maybe if you were the oiliest of the oily, you might need something a little bit dry like one of the paint pots over it, but this for me worked perfectly, and of course there's tons in it, so if you were only using it for that reason it would last you forever, but I use this all over the face and really, really love this product. I use it extremely heavily in my professional kit as well. Then this was something that I really got into this year. I may have featured it in my base video, I can't remember, but it's an under eye primer. So basically this is a primer that you would put on under your eyes. You can also use it on your lids if you have dry lids. It offers extra hydration, it allows your concealer to go on smoother, and helps to prevent creasing and stuff like that. So I'd say if you don't have particularly dry lids, you mightn't find that you need it as much, but I get very dry under here, and this really, really helped me. I think it did make a big difference to how my makeup sat on this general area, and really, really lovely to try. So this is the SmashBox PhotoFinish Hydrating Under Eye Primer. Lovely product. And okay, we'll move on to mascaras then. 2 mascaras. First of all, you'll have seen me using this to death in videos, and it's the MAC in Extra Dimension Mascara. There's the extra black one and the normal one, so this is what they look like. And they're just like a volumizing mascara that gives, you know, they don't clump, it doesn't do anything kind of gnarly to my lashes. It has this really unique wand where there are these little panels throughout the wand. There's 3 panels in the wand where there's no bristles coming out of them, and when you put those panels against your hairs, they actually coat the hairs with loads of product. Then you just rotate it a tiny bit to where the actual bristles are, and then they brush through. It's a really lovely little wand. There's also a few little bristles along the top in kind of a ball shape that, as long as you take off the excess, work lovely to get into the smaller areas. So I very much fell in love with this. It was like, I think mascaras are very, very personal items. They're kind of like foundations. They really have to suit your own lashes and whatever, and that really, really suited me. So then in regards to a slightly less expensive one, this is by Sleek Makeup, and it's their I Am Conditional mascara. And this is an OTT black, and this is a mascara that actually conditions your lashes as you know, as you wear it, which is great because I do find sometimes I do lose lashes, probably from over cleansing and stuff like that every now and again. So it's nice to know that you're doing something good for them by wearing makeup, if you know what I mean. And this is one of the ones that I used the first couple of times I didn't love, and then as it kind of matured a little bit in the bottle, it kind of developed a much nicer consistency. It wasn't as watery, and it goes on lovely now on the lashes. I wouldn't say it's the most dramatic one by any means, it's more of a daytime one for me, but it's lovely. It defines, it gives a bit of length. I wouldn't say it's the most volumizing one in the world, but it definitely makes them look a little bit more noticeable than what they are. And again, I think for the fact that it actually does good things to your lashes, to the condition of your lashes, is why one of the reasons I love that so much. So as far as eyeliners go, and this is one that I've had before last year and then two that I only got last year. So the Physicians Formula 2-in-1 eyeliner, no, what do you call it? The 2-in-1 lash boosting eyeliner and serum. This is in the ultra black, and this is what I'm wearing now. It's just my go-to because it's so quick to apply. It has a tiny little nib that looks like a marker nib, but it's actually loads of little fibres that taper to a tip. So it's not actually a felt tip marker, and it gives just the nicest line. Like, it really gives a super black line, and again it kind of forms like a film, so it sets on the lids. Now the only thing that you could say in any way bad about it is that or I could say bad about it anyhow, is that it stays a bit shiny, which isn't to everyone's taste, but it doesn't really bother me. It's only really noticeable in flash photography, or if you have like very bright directional lighting hitting against you, like say when I film, but in real life it doesn't look as shiny. Then this guy here by NYX, it's from their collection Noir, and it's the liquid black eyeliner. So this is their liquid eyeliner, and it is one of the tiny fine nibbed ones like that, which I started off with whenever, you know, when I first started doing liner years ago, and it's one that I always go back to. This is just a lovely, extremely black eyeliner, and it's great for precision, really good for precision. It was actually Depeche Girl on Instagram that I saw using this to death, and she does the most amazing precise looks, and I was like, I have to get it, and then I was so impressed when I did get it. So I love that, and it's very inexpensive. It's from NYX, and of course they're cruelty free. And then another lovely inexpensive eyeliner is this Kohl pencil by Wet n Wild. And you can see here, it's just a really soft black Kohl pencil, super black. And this, I would say, is very much on par with like Max Smolder or something like that. It was just a really amazing pencil for the price, which is one of the reasons I love it so much. And it's only €2 here in Ireland, which I think is fantastic. And of course, these guys are really long. Like, this one I've used a good bit, so it's gone down, but that's the actual length of it. So now it's like still a little bit longer than normal pencils, but it's gone down, and that's what it would have been when it started. Like, they're huge, they last ages, but I do tend to use them a lot, so you know, they don't last as long as they would for some people, but really lovely pencils. I actually have a ton from the range. Because I just thought that they were amazing for the price. I got loads of them, and then some of the lip pencils as well. So those are the Wet n Wild Colour Icon pencils, and that's the black one. And then to finish everything off, I'll just show you what I kept going back to in regards to eye makeup remover, because of course it's really important to be gentle with your eyes when you wear a lot of eye makeup. And this is the Garnier Express 2-in-1 eye makeup remover, because it's lovely and inexpensive, and it works just as good as any of the high-end makeup, like dual phase makeup removers. The only thing, again, this has been really nitpicky, if you had to find one bad thing about it, is that the two entities separate quicker than say with a higher end one. So if I'm using something by Lancome or Clinique, which sting the hell out of my eyes, some of those high end ones do for some reason, but this one doesn't. But anyhow, if I use the more high end ones, when I shake it up, I don't have to really shake it up too much more throughout like my use of it. Whereas when I shake this up, put a little bit onto a cotton pad and put it down, by the time I need to get a little bit more on the cotton pad, I need to shake it up again. But like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a little bit more physical labour for you know, a great product, and this does not sting my eyes, whereas like a lot of other ones do. Like I said, the Clinique one does, the Lancome one did, There's just loads of them that sting my eyes and this doesn't, and it's lovely and inexpensive. You get it in Boots or in any grocery store or whatever. So that is that, and that finishes off my favourites of last year, and I will be back hopefully with a makeup tutorial on Wednesday. So I'll see you all then, guys. Thanks a million. Slán!